Hello everybody on YouTube, and today I am going to be giving you guys a brief description and thought as to why I feel Demon Hunters are going to be everything that World of Warcraft and Blizzard not only has needed in the past, but everything that they have tried to create in the past. Now, if you've been, well, playing the game, you know that with the release of the Pre-Legion 7.0 patch, you now have access to Demon Hunters. So now people have done the intro quest line, which I absolutely loved, and I can do a whole video about that, but I'm not going to touch too much upon it today. And there's the new talent system, the new class, the new feels, and it's been absolutely blowing my mind. And the fact of the matter is, I know that there's even more that's going to happen when I get that thing to level 110. And I want to disclaimer this video, I have not touched the beta, I have not touched any class at a higher level than 100, but I have touched all the classes at 100 at the Legion spec as it stands now at 7.0 live, pre-Legion patch, and I want to just give an overview as to why this is going to be the greatest thing for Blizzard moving forward, and why I think you will see floods and floods of people not only resubbing to the game, but enjoying it more than they ever have before. So with Wrath of the Lich King, I feel that they created the Death Knight to a T as to the mood that they wanted to produce and as to the feel they wanted Wrath of the Lich King to have, and I think it fit very well with the aura and the atmosphere that Wrath of the Lich King provided. Obviously it fit, it was the Death Knight, it felt really good with the ICC and all of that jazz, and granted I think it plays better now than it did back then, and which makes me more excited to play the Demon Hunter as time progresses. I think that Blizzard and World of Warcraft and all of the devs have created something in the Demon Hunter that I think will be very well received and very utilized in as many great ways as possible moving forward. Now I want to just preface this video, now that I have my intro thoughts out of the way, that you see one arena game, a little bit of a dungeon of me DPSing, and one dungeon of me being a tank. This is all heroic mode and arena skirmishes, so it's not skill based, and obviously I have not been the guy that's leading raids, so I don't want you guys to preface this video and take it in your thoughts as to, well, this guy's a scrub, because I'm giving a basic overview and I just need some footage just to kind of show you guys a little bit of the abilities that the Demon Hunter has and what exactly it looks like and what exactly you can see it feeling like when you log into one of your own. Now, one of the first things I notice is the mobility. You have a double jump, which I think is new and great, and I think will be absolutely fantastic to use, as well as a glide ability. So you can double jump, you can hit space once again at the apex of your jump as they describe in the tooltip, and then you have one more space bar tap or whatever your jump button is to then glide. So basically the PvP based, I don't know the exact name of what it is, but those glider wings that you see, it's essentially something similar to that. So you have so many new movement abilities with the Demon Hunter that I think Blizzard really wanted to say, I want these new players and the players moving into Legion to experience all of the Legion content in a quick, a fast-paced, great access to newer places, and it's just easier to get around type of way. And I think and I want to just note again, I haven't touched the Legion beta, so I haven't seen any of the new zones. I usually am the guy that keeps out of that whole scene so that I don't get too hyped about it, and then I'm just sitting here biting my nails for 3 months waiting for it to be released, even though it's being released in about 2 weeks, I believe, to the day of the time I'm recording this video. So we will look forward to that as well. But I just think that with how they've implemented the Demon Hunter and with the abilities it has, even at just level 100, I know that it's going to be very well received as people level it to 110, and I know that everybody and their mother is playing one right now, but just like the Death Knights, I think that they've done a very good job at implementing something that people wanted to see, people have fun playing, and just a whole new experience in terms of how it feels compared to every other class in the game. And I think when they made the Death Knight, they kind of touched that a little bit, but I think it's even more successful with the Demon Hunter now. When people log in, I don't think people really want to see the largest number anymore. People are always racing, oh, I need to hit this X damage cap, and I think that maybe that'll come back when everybody hits level 110 and better gear gets released, but for right now, people want to see lots of numbers. Demon Hunters have so many abilities that you can just see tons of numbers between Blade Dance, between I-Beam, between Immolation, Aura, or any of the really AoE abilities that the class has, either tanking or DPS. I feel like you're always able to press something that looks good, feels good. Based on the animation alone, you know exactly what it's doing, and I think it just feels that much more rewarding at the end. So when you hit I-Beam, and by the way, I-Beam's range, sweet. Am I right, people? This thing shoots like 80 yards out, for goodness sake. You get to touch on so many enemies and get so many different ways to damage enemies, to move around, to just approach the fight in a different way, whether it's PvP or PvE. And I think that that's something that Blizzard doesn't really have in a lot of other classes. I think Pharaohs and you know, better mobility classes have a little bit of that, but I don't think that there's any class other than the Demon Hunter that has the toolkit that it has to move around and really create the fight for your own favor. And that's where I think the skill will come in for these players as they learn how to play Demon Hunter and learn each situation with the raid fights and the PvP fights and how to play different scenarios. I think you'll really start to see the really good players probably be some of the best Demon Hunters will be those people that are really willing to learn the class and will probably be some of the best players on top of all ranks in the game. I really feel that. The only things that I see that are a little bit faulting are the damage over time abilities, which I don't really have, but with the mobility in PvP can make up for that. And in PvP, or PvE rather, you're just hitting everything with so many numbers and so hard and so quickly anyway that I don't really think it much matters. So I know that you get talents later on and better healing later on, but for now I think that's in live a little bit of a challenge for us Demon Hunters, but I don't really think that that's a big deal. And as a tank, you have so much in your tanking toolkit to really prevent damage, and I think that there is a really, you know, when Death Knights came about, and with every tank there's a way to mitigate the damage, and I think that a lot of the squishier tanks, bears most specifically, and monks will absorb damage or heal after the fact. I like the fact that there's a Demon Hunter tank, which is a leather-based tank, that mitigates the damage and reduces the percent of damage taken, reduces, you know, all of that, increases your parry chance. Whatever the case may be, there's always something that is in your toolkit that's readily available that you can use, even if it's just leaping away with your little jumping charge ability to get a little bit of a better feel of the situation and really reset the fight a little bit. There's always something in the toolkit that's available, that looks good, that feels good. You know exactly what it's doing. You know exactly when you press that button what's going to happen. And it just makes the biggest difference in the world. So I want to know what you guys think about the Demon Hunter going forward. Are you excited for it? Do you think too many people are playing it, even though I think that it's warranted? I want to hear your opinions in the comments below, because I think World of Warcraft and Blizzard as a whole have really struck gold with the Demon Hunter, and I'm really excited to see and level up my Demon Hunter, because I'm going to be maining the baloney out of it, and I really want to see how it levels, how it plays at the end game of Legion, and I'm really curious to see what they do with it moving forward. There's always that, you know, first 0.1 patch of the expansion like they did with Death Knights, where it just, you know, you get a whole different feel as to, all right, this is what it is in live, and this is what we need to change, and this is what is good and what is bad. But I think based on all the pruning and everything that's been going on with abilities, I think that they gave Demon Hunters a fantastic kit of great abilities to use both for tanking and for doing DPS, and it makes it so that you can only have 2 specs and both of them feel fresh, fun, and new. So I hope that this was a little bit insightful for you guys, and hope to hear all of your feedback down below. As always, I thank you for watching, and I wish you the most wonderful of days. Until next time, have a great day, everybody.